Hi, Florette here, and thank you for joining me today as I show you step by step how to put together the Fairy Wishes Toadstool 3D SVG box. You can see it's got a lot of great little elements. It's got some great sparkle. You can open it up and put a special treat inside or a special gift. This also makes a really great decoration in any room or at a party or event. And I'm going to show you also how we used the digital paper pack Fairy Wishes, and it's super fun and easy to do. So let's get started. With all our kits, we're there every step of the way. This is our PDF file that comes with it, and it gives you all the dimensions that you'll need to get started and how big the projects will be when you're finished. So here we're going to start with the Toadstool cap and the overlays. So here we have all the sections to our cap piece. I've already gone ahead and put all the overlays on these pieces here, but I saved one to show you how I did it. So here's our first overlay piece. So you can either use this to go right on top of here if you want to do pattern paper, or the way I'm using it is I also cut these overlay pieces that have the circles because I want to have the white showing through like polka dots. And it's very simple. You're just going to take your glue and put it on the overlay here, like so. Line them up and glue them together. Once you have your two pieces glued together, you'll see I have a white edge here. Now I could leave it like that, or if you want to get rid of that white edge, you can just take a red marker and just simply go along the edges like this, very simply. You can see how quickly that goes. Then after that, you're going to just take your fingers and just kind of give it a little curl, and then do the same thing to the sides of your cap here. And then I'm just going to glue this right in the center right here. I'm just going to take my glue, put it around the edges and in the middle, and I'm going to line it up just inside the score lines. Just like that. Now of course here I've done the same color, red on red. You could do different colors, anything you want. Get as creative as you like. And there you have your first piece. And you're going to do that to all 8 pieces and your top hexagon piece. Now that we have all our overlays on, we're just going to fold our tabs very easily and start gluing them together, starting at the very bottom. And I'm going to line these up very carefully. And once I get the bottom one lined up, it's going to go very easily all the way up. And I'm going to do this to all the pieces. Once you have all 8 pieces attached, you're going to just attach the very last tabs to the other side. I'm going to put some glue on here. And you can see sometimes I use a little too much. You can just wipe it off as you go along. And even if it oozes out the sides, it just lets you know you have a really good seal. And it won't show because the glue, most glues will dry clear and matte. Alright, so as you may have noticed, I always start at the bottom like I said earlier. I line that up very carefully, and I'm going to hold that tab until I know it's securely in place before I move up down the line up to the rest of them. Once I know I have that one in place and it feels pretty secure, I can go all the way down the line to each one, holding them in place till we get to the top. And sometimes I can even, at this point, it really has its shape, and you can just go all the way up and then hold the top tab and kind of just squeeze in the middle. And that's what I'm doing in here on the inside with my fingers, pushing the tabs down and holding them in place until they're secure. And it's good to use like a quick dry paper glue when you're doing these projects. Makes it a little faster and a little easier, or any kind of tacky glue. Now once you have all 8 pieces like this, you're just going to fold these tabs here, turn it upside down. You're going to grab one of your hexagons and apply the glue to the back side. You can see at least a little too much came out there, but it'll work. And I have a craft mat down, so I don't have to worry about any glue getting on my surface. And I'm just going to line that up on the inside here with my tabs. And I'm just going to push that down with my fingers on the inside, just gluing it in place. Like so. Now you have a couple an extra one here you can put on if you want. That's optional, or you can just use the one that you cut out with the holes and your liner. And I'm going to just add some glue to the back of this one. And if you get a little extra, sometimes just wipe it with your finger like this, and have a napkin handy and just dab your finger off on it. And I'm just going to line this up on the top here, and it'll line up just right, and press it down. And once I feel like I have it pressed down, I can flip it over and push it down from the inside. And this is where you want to really concentrate on your edges so you get a really nice seal all the way around. And now we're going to set this piece aside and move on to our bottom piece. After folding down these tabs, these are going to connect to the bottom part of the cap. For the bottom part of our cap, we have a long strip like this with these tabs, and then a hexagon with one cut out in the center. So I'm just going to take these two pieces, this piece here, and I'm going to fold all the tabs, and I'm going to glue one tab to the other side of this piece and hold that in place till it dries. You just want to make sure to line it up real well. And you might hold it a little longer than I am because I'm kind of going quickly for the video. Then I'm just going to take that and I am going to push it through here with the tabs coming up to the inside. Then I'm going to go around the edges and glue down. I might fold these just so I know what I'm doing. Fold them back up again. Then I'm going to attach glue to this part here on our tab all the way around. Like that. Then you're just going to simply glue these down right to the edge. I have one finger on the back and one finger on the front so that I get a really nice snug fit right to the score lines. And I'm going to do that all the way around the hexagon. Now once you have them all glued in place, you're going to take that and you're going to flip it over and you're going to line it up and glue it on to your mushroom cap like so. And you're going to be careful here because you're going to need to just kind of shape it with your hands like this. So I'm just going to put some glue around the edges here. And again, I put a little too much, so I'm just going to use my finger and wipe it off. And lay it down onto the tabs like so. And just kind of push it and shape it and push it down, and it will get a perfect fit. And just take your time with this part. And there you have, the cap part is finished. All right, we're moving right along. Now this is our chimney, and you can see I've already put on our overlays. This is going to be the very top of the chimney, and these are the sides, and this is another one of the little pieces. So this is super easy. You're just going to, again, fold all your tabs, get them ready. You're going to take these two tabs, put some glue on those, and adhere those like so. Just lining it all up and gluing it in place. And you can take your time on this. We're going to move a little faster. Then I'm going to squeeze these tabs in a little bit. I'm going to bend this tab at the end over on the other underside. Put some glue on this. This goes together really, really fast. And the glue on the end one. Now we're just going to take those and push those tabs inside like so. And squeeze it together, holding the sides like this and this end tab, and just following that curve, and just hold it in place until it's dry, and then you'll have your little chimney. Here I'm going to show you how we got all this gorgeous sparkle on our paper. Now of course you can always buy paper that's pre-foiled, but it's really fun to foil your own and pick whatever patterns you want to do. So in this case we used our Fairy Wishes digital paper pack and a laser printer. You will need a laser printer in order to foil your designs, or you can always take it to a copy shop and they will print it for you on a laser printer. Now here I've printed it on white paper, but you can also print it, and I've done that here, on a piece of green paper. Now I originally printed this on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, but you can also print it of course on a 12 by 12 sheet, whichever you prefer. Then I took that piece of paper and I cut it out on my cutting machine. Now you can use a Cricut, a Silhouette, a Scan and Cut, Sizzix, a Clip, any cutting machine that will accept SVG files. Okay, so we're going to take that and we're going to set it on our carrier sheet, because now we're going to foil it. So you take as many of the cut pieces that you have and put it on your carrier sheet. Then you're going to cover it up with your piece of foil like so. And this is what I did with all the pieces that you see in the video where it sparkles. And now we're just going to run it through the machine. Now here's where all the magic happens. It is so pretty, and it's so much fun to peel this off. Check this out. We peel it off. Now all of our pieces are beautiful and sparkly. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the stem of our mushroom. And you can see on this one I put all our overlays on. So I'm going to set that aside so you can see what that looks like. So here we have our piece. This is the stem, and I've already glued on the overlays, which look like this piece here. And I also used the digital paper pack Fairy Wishes and foiled them after I cut them. So I thought I'd save that one so you could see how I attach it on. I like to put my overlays on before I assemble it. It's just a little easier, but you can do it afterwards too. And you're just going to line it up inside the score lines like so, and glue it down. Now you can see here we've got two pieces for the bottom. One is going to be the very bottom, and one is going to go over to cover the tabs. All right, so here we go. Now for this box, what I like to do is start at one end. You can pick the end with the tab if you like, or the other end. I'm going to start with the tab, and you're going to bend all these tabs down, okay? And I'm going to then line it up with each side and glue it to each side of my hexagon all the way around. So I'm going to put glue on here, and these will show on the bottom of the box. And it's very important to line especially the very first one up the best you can, because if you line up the corners, it's going to be even all the way around, and it's going to go together very easily. And we're putting these on the outside of the box because after that, later we're going to attach our glue here, and then we have this to cover up all the tabs from the stem and the grass that we can attach if we like. All right, so now we're going to go around the entire box. You can flip these this way too if it's easier for you to put the glue on. So let's glue these on. Once you get to the very last one, you're going to have a tab on this side. You're going to adhere some glue right here and to the bottom of the tab to finish off your box. You're going to line up these edges carefully. So you line them up real well, and you've got room so you can put your fingers inside here and close it up nice and tight, and then adhere your bottom tab. And I always push a finger on the underside as well as the top side. And there we have our stem. We're going to save this for later after we embellish our fairy toadstool. Okay, we've got all these adorable little elements now to put on our stem. So we're going to start with the door. And you can do this however you like. You don't have to follow, the exact way I do this, but I thought I would show you how easy it is to put these on. And you can select, where you want to put it, depending on your pattern paper. But I'm going to put my little door on first. And just kind of tack that down. Then we'll take our little window, put a little glue on the back, and I've already assembled them where I've put the little frame on top of my cutout. And I'm going to have my window not too much higher than my door. I'm going to tack that on. And now these are really fun. You can just play with these and decide where you want to put it. I'm going to put my grass on last so it covers over the stems. Now these pieces you can just take, I like to put it like in the corner here, decide where I'm going to put it. So I'll usually start with putting a little piece of glue at the tip here, tacking that on where I want it to get started. Because I want it to have kind of a 3D effect with the leaves too. So I usually like to tack, I don't put glue on the entire piece of leaves. I'll put some right there, and then maybe I'll bend this one this way, and I'll put a little glue on this one, and leaving some of them up. And then I'm going to leave this one up and grab maybe another leaf because I want to have this one underneath. Let's see, and I can decide, oh, that looks like a nice place to put the grass. So I'm just going to put a little glue on this whole leaf. And I'm only putting glue on the center part because then I can bend these leaves up however I like to give it even a little more 3D effect. So you can see I'm just going to kind of wrap it around and tack it down in some spots, but not necessarily gluing the whole thing down, just so it gives it a little more dimension, like so. And then you can see how I did this one here. And then once I have that one down, I can come over and overlap this one onto the other one, tack that one down maybe just like that, but leaving these other ones kind of up. It gives it like a really fun little 3D look. And see, this one I might leave up, and then when that's completely dry I can go around and bend those. You could even do that beforehand, like with these. You can bend these little leaves up like this, and glue them down so they kind of curl up on your project. Now you have like some big leaves and some smaller leaves. So the smaller one, I'm going to take that one and place that one under my window. Again, I'm going to put a little glue at the tip here, maybe a little on the stem, tack it on, and then maybe I'll put a little glue on the back of this one so it stays on there and it bends just a little bit around, but leaving the other ones not glued. And then I might take this one and tack it down, and see how these two then will pop up. It looks so cute like that, I think. And then I'll just put a little, and so you can just see as you go around you can glue and bend. And then I'm going to take another one of these leaves, put some glue in the center and tack it on. And now I've already bent those ahead of time, so then you don't have to do it later. I'm just going to hold it down till it sticks. And then I'm going to take this one here. Oops, sorry for bumping the camera there. Put a little glue on that. And maybe adhere it from coming from this side in the corner. And then I think I'll just glue down this leaf here. And see how easy and effective that is? Look at these nice little leaves that are popping up for us. I just think that's so cute. Look at that. It's so whimsical that way. And you just want to make sure to keep your leaves below this edge here, because that's where your box is going to come down and close. All right, you can see now we have those. Oh, we have one more little piece we could attach somewhere if we like. Maybe we'll put that one there. That'll be cute. And then I'll bend these little leaves up. But this is really, however you want to be creative, you can do it exactly how I'm doing it, or be as creative as you want and do it in any way. Use as many, or use all of them, or just use a couple. You know, it's really up to you. Oh, and we've got our little tulips to put on. So I'm going to take those, and on the one that I show in the video, right here, I actually just embossed these and then rubbed a little ink on them, but so you can do that extra step if you want that look, or you can just leave them plain like this and just put a little glue on each one and layer them around on this. Kind of use this as your stem. Nice and easy. I'm just going to pop these 3 on. Just putting a little glue in the center so they kind of stick up. Isn't that so cute? Look at that. Now your grass, all of them are scored, so you're just going to bend your score marks on all of them. And you get 7 pieces of grass because you don't want to have a piece of grass in front of your door. And remember, we foiled these too, so it's got a lot of nice sparkle. And these are super easy to put on. And you can just glue the bottom part if you want to have these sticking up kind of in like a 3-dimensional look. So you're just going to take them and pop them on the bottom here. And see how that now is going to stick up. And you can even put a little glue on there if you feel like it. And you've got these little tabs. You want to glue those down. And what that's going to do is just connect them all the way around. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so here we have our last one, and I did actually put a little bit of glue on this edge too, just the bottom edge, to connect it to the front side of the house, but I don't bother putting any glue on the little grass pieces. This is our last piece. We're going to just stick it on right here and glue it down. And I just think that gives like this added extra little touch all the way around. Now you'll see on the bottom here, that's what we have this extra piece for. This overlay is going to go right on the bottom here. So I'm just going to glue the edges. And that's going to cover up all our tabs. So we're going to have a really clean inside of the box, a clean bottom. It's just going to look really great and very nicely finished. Now you could do this in green if you wanted, or any color, but I just did it in white because the rest of the box was in white. And once you have it down there, you can push it down and take a pen or something and then just push around the edges and the bottom, or if you can get your, oops, sorry about the camera shake, fingers in there, and you can smooth it all down, just get all your edges nice and tight. So look at that. Isn't that, how easy was that? And now you've got this gorgeous little box, and we've got this piece finished. So now all we have to do is put our chimney on. So we're going to grab our chimney and decide where you want to have it. And what I suggest is going up the curve here because it fits perfectly in the curve. And you know, you don't want to have it too low. You want to just get it just right up in this section here before you put your glue on, kind of measuring where you want to put it. And then you're just going to put a bunch of glue right on this. Now you can use hot glue if you want, or you know, paper glue like I'm using, and then you're just gonna glue that on and hold it in place. You're gonna center that right in the center there and hold it in place until it's secure. Okay, once your chimney is glued on securely, we're gonna move on to all these great little elements for the top. So I'm gonna start with this really nice branchy piece here. And I'm going to first look at my piece and decide where I want to lay it. I think this corner works really good near the chimney. And then you're just going to gently lay down your pieces and tack them on. Okay, so like we did before, I'm going to start here and tack on this spot first, right in this corner, and just kind of angle it around however I'd like it. Remember, this is going to be covered up with a little flower or whatever else you want to do with it. Then I'm just going to simply come around and add little bits of glue wherever I want to tack it down. But I'm going to leave some of the leaves untacked so that it gives that three-dimensional look, and then I can bend my leaves around. Now I'm going to tack like this leaf here I'm going to decide on. Put a little glue on this one, and I'm going to, and it's bendy. You can bend it. I'm going to bend it just so it's not on top of my chimney. You can, you know, have it running up your chimney if you like. Then I'm just going to tack this piece down here. Put a little glue on these and push them down on the top like so. Nice and easy. And then I can always curl these little pieces when I'm done. And then I think I'm going to tack this one right here so I don't have pieces just jutting out around the edges. It'll give it a nice round look by just kind of bending these down and tacking them down with a little bit of glue. Like so. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? So now I'm going to do the same thing with this piece, but I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to grab, you know, a piece here and first decide where do I want it, where do I want to tack it, because this is a bigger piece. And that looks good. Alright, so I'm just going to grab that and first put a little bit on some of these leaves here to get it started. And I'm just going to go in the corner again and hold it down like this. And I'm going to decide where I want it to lay. And I think I want that one to kind of be sticking up. So I'm just going to come along and put a little more glue in a couple of the spots. Nice and simple. And tack it down like so. There's no right or wrong way to do that. And if you get a little glue here and there, don't worry too much about it, because if you use, you know, a good paper glue, make sure you pick one that dries clear. And then I can always tack that down if I want. Hold this one up. You can monkey with these leaves a little bit. It's really fun. And there you go. I got a little messy with my glue, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm kind of going quick here. If you take your time a little slower, you probably won't get little glue marks all over. So now we have all these flowers. You should have 8 flowers. Let's make sure we have all 8 and we didn't push them aside. And there's 2 different types of flowers. So I like to alternate them around the box. That was the idea, was to alternate them. All right, so we've got all 8, and all I did, you can see they're a little bent, is I just took my finger like this, and I just kind of bent it in the middle a little bit, because we're gonna glue these onto the corners. And so I'm just gonna put a little glue in the center, and then maybe a little glue on these outer petals, like so. And then I'm gonna tack it right over the top of that piece, with it a little bit hanging down because it kind of looks like a pretty garland or little decorations going around your box. And so I'm going to alternate. So now I'm going to grab the other flower and do the same thing. Just go from one petal to the other in the middle. And I'm going to go all the way around my box at each corner, just tacking them down. And here we have our last one. I'm just going to tack it on right over those leaves, like so. And you'll see a little leaf sticking out, which is also really cute. Now all we have left, and it's, now look at this, it will fit together perfectly. We've got this great little box. And this is a little extra piece that you get that was not actually shown in the trailer video or the photos. This is a little lantern you can put on, and you can actually just give it a little bend in the top if you want to hang a little cute lantern. And I'm just going to pick a spot right here and tack it to the underside of my box so that it's hanging down like so. And hold it in place till it's dry. Or you can glue it right in the corner. But look how cute that is. And there you have it. We're all finished. And we created our fairy toadstool little gift box or secret treasure box or decoration. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for crafting with me. And I'll be back again soon, and we'll be making more fun projects. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me a question. I'll always answer it. If you need any help, give us a call or send us a message. And please, if you make one, please share it with us on our Facebook page at Florette Bloom Designs. I would love, love, love to see them. It's always such a joy to see your creations with the files that we create. So have a great day. Thank you so much, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.